You are suing for the return of the dog or the value of the dog?
Just a dog.
What kind of dog is it?
King Corso Pit Bull mixed.
And from whom did you purchase the dog?
I received the dog from my son, Jason.
Did you breed the dog?
Not yet, no.
Stand up.
I have not.
What do you mean you received the dog from your son, Jason?
He bought the dog from a friend of his.
And gave it to you as a gift?
No, he no longer could care for him.
When did you buy the dog from your friend? In what month and year?
It was June of 2011.
And how long did you have the dog?
About 3 months.
And then what did you do with the dog?
I gave him to my dad
Where was he living at the time?
in Madisonville and Cincinnati.
Who was he living with?
Himself.
So you gave him the dog somewhere around September of 2011.
That's correct.
And when, Mr. Bennett, did you and Mrs. Bennett marry?
August of 2013.
Prior to marrying, did you live together?
Never. Out of 2
Prior-
years, out of 2 years of marriage,
No.
we never lived together.
You never lived together?
Never.
You are a truck driver,
Yes, ma'am.
long distance trucking.
Yes, over the road.
Between September of 2011 and August of 2013, when you and Miss Bennett married, who took care of the dog when you were on the road?
A lot of the times, most of the time, he was
No,
with
no.
me. I took care of him.
So is what you're telling me, when you would go cross country,
Yes, ma'am.
the dog was with you?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes, Your Honor. And I would have to say most of the time. Sometimes I left him home.
With whom?
My son, Jason,
Who else?
there were times that she kept him when she was not with me.
I'm talking about before her.
Oh, before her.
Before her, you had
wa-
the
he was-
dog.
before
you had the
her,
dog
was with
for at
me.
least a year and a half.
He was with me or my sons.
So the answer is you did not take him on the road most of the time.
Most of the times when I didn't take him on the road, I left him at home with my sons.
Okay. Fine. The dog hasn't been with you now since when? What month and year?
October of 2015. That's when Mary Jo began to take care of him for 2 months.
Now, why would she take care of him for 2 months?
I had gotten with a new trucking company
Just a second. When were you divorced?
in August of 2015.
So after you were divorced,
Yes.
you asked her to take care of your dog for several months.
She asked me.
Oh, well, you just started telling me you were with a new trucking company.
She asked me if she could take care of the dog. I have it right here on
I'd
my
like
cell
to
phone.
take a look at him. Now, when you say, Mr. Bennett, you never lived together,
Yes,
even when you were married,
correct.
is that because you were traveling?
No, sometimes she would go on the road with me, sometimes just for a couple of weeks at a time. But when I come home, she would be at different people's houses. She would not come to my home. She would never come. She went from place to place doing drugs.
What is this?
That's a printout
Of what?
of all the text messages that I have from Mary Jo that's on my phone. And when I printed it out, it wouldn't leave her name or her number. I have all of the text messages from Mary Jo on this phone right here.
Well, this text message says, from you, you ought to just let him stay here. I feel safer at night with him here too. Think about it before you say no. We got a good place for him here. He can still be your dog. Anytime you get settled, you can come and get him. But until then, he can stay here. That's what you said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was more to that then.
Shh. You're still working as a trucker, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, when you're on the road, Mr. Bennett, who is going to take care of this dog?
He can go with me. We have a pet policy with the company that I'm with. I'll also.
Just a second. You have a pet policy.
Yes.
And the company permits you on long-distance trucking to take your dog with you.
Yes.
And which of your supervisors can I call to confirm that?
Which one? I have to look in the. I'm not sure which one.
Well, who is
Because-
the president of your company? What is the name of your company?
Celadon,
And where are they located?
Indianapolis.
Now, I'd like you not to waste my time, Mr. Bennett,
Yes.
because I can either continue this case in 15 minutes, the people back there will get me a phone number, the president of the company will speak to me on the phone. Am I wasting my time? Are they going to tell me that they have a policy where you, as a long-distance trucker, are allowed to take a pit bull mix in the cab of a truck with you? Are they going to tell me that they have that policy?
Probably not.
Probably not. Right. So I'm glad you didn't waste my time.